right. Hey, it's Friday. Welcome to Daybreak Plus on WGRZ Plus. We're having fun with graphics. Kevin had this whole thing zoomed out so the Earth was that big.
Oh, yeah.
And we couldn't see what was happening.
Fun with graphics.
And I was going to tell you, the camera's over here.
Oh, it's over here now.
He always
This
thinks.
is the format.
Exactly. How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing great. I feel great. I've been my 7th day in a row working, but this is the day with the most energy because the previous 6 have kind of been schlepping around fighting through a flu, but I feel great.
Oh, fantastic. And the
Thanks, pal.
the weather is going to start cooperating. It's a cold start today, windy, blustery. Yeah. But next week, as we head toward parade time, it's going to be...
It's going to work out great.
It's going to be marching weather.
It's going to be...
Don't you know?
Oh, yeah, and I think the Old Neighborhood Parade will probably have a little bit of better luck, it appears, because there's a better chance of showers for the Sunday parade. But temperatures will be above average a week from this weekend.
Better chance of Galavins, too.
Oh, better get that. Right. There you go.
Get to the weather.
All right, we'll do. Pardon me. So again, there's a current radar right now. We had just a coating of snow overnight for areas north and east, but clear now, partly cloudy skies, indeed mostly sunny for a portion of our day. You'll notice something interesting with the temperatures is that they will actually climb the upper 30s, fall down to the lower 30s, and then climb back up to the upper 30s as a front briefly works its way through, and gives us additional cloud cover in the afternoon as well. Wind gusts as well up to 40 miles per hour make it feel a little bit cold, well, considerably colder than the temperature. Sort of like yesterday, the wind chills were in the teens. Today it's going to feel closer to 20 degrees than 30. So, hat and gloves for the kids and bundle up if you're walking the dog. No snow during the day, and then overnight, the snow for the southern tier, an inch or two. I have a snow map ready to roll in a little bit. And it looks like, this particular model is taking a little bit farther north, so we'll include southern Erie County in that for an inch or two and into Wyoming County. But again, for Buffalo and the immediate suburbs, no snow is anticipated. It'll be an inch or two for areas south of Hamburg, New York tonight. Temps fluctuate during the day. Again, partly cloudy skies, a high around 37 degrees. Here's the snow map. I thought I didn't have it. I just had it one farther. I had the sequence a little bit different than I thought I had. So there you go. Who's getting snow and who's not. Just an inch or two south of Hamburg, New York tonight, extending into Chautauqua, Cattaraugus County, Allegheny County. Looks like you're in the clear, coating at the most. High of 33 on Saturday. Partly cloudy skies. Again, we do spring forward. So, the bad news is, it's an hour less sleep, but the good news is if you like the later sunsets and the later sunrises, good news for you. A high of 41 on Sunday with mostly cloudy skies, around 52 on Tuesday, up to 52 on Monday, up to 60 on Tuesday, but it'll be on the breezy side, gusts up to 40 miles per hour. Temperatures do kind of tumble back with highs around 50 on Wednesday and into the 50s on Thursday, but I think we're into the 60s again for Friday and possibly even for Saturday of the following weekend, Pete.
All right, thanks very much, Kev. We are starting off now with some developing news. We're still waiting to learn just how many corrections officers went back on the job this morning. A source from Attica Corrections Facility tells 2 on Your Side that many officers are leaning into the state's demands. The state gave striking officers an ultimatum saying they can either return to work today or face penalties. Morning employees were ordered to report to work just over 2 hours ago. And yesterday, the union representing officers refused to sign off on any deal. The offer promised to restore health benefits and limit shift hours for returning workers. Parts of the HALT Act would also be paused for 90 days, but each prison would be evaluated separately. And just some incredible video coming out of Florida. Take a look at this. Another one of Elon Musk's SpaceX Starships exploded during a test flight, littering debris across the Atlantic Ocean and diverting flights across Florida. Florida and the Caribbean captured the moment that pieces of the mega rocket rained down from the sky. The flight was only 8 minutes when several engines appeared to cut off and communication was lost with the SpaceX headquarters. The flight did not have a crew on board, so no one was hurt. That is the good news. But this is the second time that a SpaceX mega rocket exploded this year. That last incident was in January. But you see just it going up, and you never like to see that, but it's luckily no one was on board.
Well, let's put him in charge of more stuff. Hey, well, I'm glad nobody was hurt.
Yes, very good. And that's as far as we'll delve into that. But the Sabres, it's going to be a big day for the Sabres.
Speaking of exploding.
Exactly right. The magic number apparently is 5. That's how many goals they scored last night against Tampa Bay. You should be able to win when you score 5, right? But sadly, it's how long the losing streak lasted. Bizarre game with pucks going in left and right. Tampa opened the scoring, but you saw Rasmus Dahlin score 16 seconds later. Then Tampa took the lead, and Alex Tuch was the last one. And right there, you see Peyton Krebs giving the Sabres a 3-2 lead. But in the second, Jake Gensel scores 3 times for the Lightning.
That play. Tage
Thompson, J.J. Paterka, the other Sabres goals. Yeah, and that play actually got Kucherov sat for 7 minutes for that giveaway. But, they fell 6-5. But keep an eye out later today. The NHL trade deadline is 3 o'clock, and we're going to have updates, obviously online, but also on air starting first at 4. So what are your it's tough to say. Every year you're wondering what they're going to do at the deadline, and you hear from Sabres management, we're not going to overextend to make a trade just to make a trade. If it makes sense, we're going to make it.
They're a bunch of likable guys, but it's not working. I think you got to hold Pegula accountable at this point, and if you're not going to do what you got to do to give us a winning team, then sell the team.
There you go. I don't think that's on the table for trade deadline.
I know it's not on the table, but he's failing us as an owner, and he needs to do better for us.
Well, there you go.
Thank you.
It. All right. Well, Ian Rappaport is reporting that Terrell Bernard signed a 4-year. Let's roll forward with this.
It's a 4-year X. It's a 4-year
extension with the Bills.
Either that, or maybe he had an X for 4 years.
Yeah, that's right. That is just breaking right now. So the Bills are making a lot of moves as we head up to the free agency period.
If in fact if he signed a 4-year extension, if that's what that story is, I like it. He's a terrific player. By the way, and let's give Pegula for all the success. He's also the Bandits owner.
Yes.
And he's also the Bills owner, so 2 out of 3 he's doing pretty well on. And I like Bernard, and if indeed if Rappaport's reporting an extension, I highly applaud that. Bean does his best work March through May.
Yeah, and free agency doesn't even open until next week, so you're going to see a lot more. But as far as going back to the Sabres, it's like
sure, go ahead.
You always expect them to do something, but it's tough. I feel for Kevin Adams.
Right.
Right now,
I do too.
You are in a situation where players are able to decline trades and trying to get a free agent. And no free agent that's looking to win a cup is going to come to a project and be part of a rebuild, especially one that's a decade plus out of the playoffs.
Isn't there an economic disadvantage to it? And again, I'm not making a political statement here, but you make more if you work in Florida?
Oh, well, no taxes, yeah.
Just due to the taxes. Taxes are higher around here for better or for worse, and so it's tougher to get some elite talent when you could get more money in your pocket with the same contract if you happen to work in Florida.
It's funny. There are teams in Canada that has got even a
good point.
They've got taxes.
Right.
They're only that whole it's tough to compete. We don't have palm trees and we have taxes. 90% of the NHL teams don't have palm trees and have taxes. So, all right, we could talk about that all day.
Yep,
but
absolutely.
it is the first Friday of Lent, so that means the first Fish Fry Friday of Lent as well, and dozens of places are expecting a big turnout tonight. Do you go out to eat on Friday during Lent?
You know what? My wife and I agree on just about everything. She's not a big fish fry person.
All right.
So I just go out on my own. I get one for myself sometimes, and bring it home. But so we don't go out for fish fries, but I'm definitely good for at least 1 or 2 a year.
I'm going to add some insight.
Sure, please do.
You can get a fish fry. She can get wings.
Perfect.
Restaurants will do that for you. Anyway, it's not only restaurants that are getting in the game. A lot of the volunteer fire companies it's a big period of time for them as well as far as fundraising goes. And our Natalie Faust was out in the town of Tonawanda to show us how one fire hall is getting ready for the big day.
Did some soul searching.
I'm here at the Kenilworth Fire Hall, and it is officially fish fry season here in Western New York. And this is one of the largest fish fries that they've got going on here in Western New York. So I'm going to come over and I'm going to say hey to John Ramsey, who is doing the work that I could never do, which is actively cooking these fish. Now, John, we were talking a little bit about how many you do each week. Can you give me an approximate about how many fish you're cooking each Friday?
Each Friday we're doing anywhere from 600 to 800 meals that go out. We do the fish fry, we do the beer battered, we do breaded. We also have chicken fingers and shrimp dinners, and everything's cooked in its own oil. Every meal comes with a roll, comes with coleslaw, and comes with potato salad. And we have dine-in and takeout.
And you were saying, we were talking with some of the other guys, that there's a little competition between dine-in and takeout normally every week on who can get more, but you said it's about 50-50, right?
Correct. We do about 50-50 on the dine-in and takeout. We have seating for just around 300 people here within this hall. And then you can call in to place your order and we'll have it ready for you.
Now you guys have, I would say, probably one of the best deals for fish fry, right? So can you tell me a little bit about some of the pricing that you have going on?
Yeah, our fish fry is $17. We're also one of 2 fire companies in the town that are offering this. Sheridan Park Fire Company is also offering fish fry this year. Come out and support your local fire department and help everybody out.
Yeah, because this is a fundraiser for you guys, right? This is one of your largest fundraisers of the year. Can you talk a little bit about why it's so important to you guys to be able to make this money now so that it can kind of sustain you?
So what we do is we use this for our social programs at the hall. We want to have everything all set so that we get down to our fire prevention weeks and we get the different fire prevention out within the community. We have all these funds available to help fund that and make sure that we put on good programs and good educational programs for the students and for the community.
So really all this money goes back into the community. As you're supporting your local firemen, you are going back to the community as well.
That is correct.
Now, we were talking a little bit about your pink shirts that you've got going on. I don't know if you could tell me just a little bit about what that is and how people could get one if they want.
We do have them for sale here. We had a breast cancer awareness fund that we had done, and all the donations went for that. We purchased the shirts, so come on in, you can request one, and we have those available for you.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much. And that is right here at the fire hall. You can come in, grab your fish fry, and I hear it's pretty great fish fry as well, and there's $2 beer. So what is better than that?
Bonus.
Fish fry and $2 beers. Gotta love that.
Yes.
But on a serious note, most of our fire coverage in Western New York and around the country for that matter are volunteers. So if you're gonna go out for a fish fry, there are a lot of great restaurants that have fish fries year round. But, hit one of these fundraisers, whether it's a church hall, because all the money from those is going to a great cause. So.
Yeah, I like to get a little coleslaw because I like to throw away stuff before I eat. What do you think about vinegar?
Oh, malt vinegar all the way.
Malt vinegar?
All the way.
Okay, and on the fries and on the fish?
On everything.
Okay, there you
including the coleslaw.
Including the
After all,
coleslaw.
you're just going to throw it away anyway. But, and you can get, we went to Rhode Island years ago.
Okay.
And I had ordered fish and chips.
Okay.
And
sounds good.
You think of just fish and chips, it's fish. It's fried fish, right?
Sure.
They asked me, what kind of fish would you like that made? And I'm like, I've never been asked that.
Regular?
What kind of fish do you have?
Like this big? I don't know.
But yeah, I mean, haddock, scrod, cod, flounder, halibut. I got the flounder. Fantastic.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, just because I've always been a big Animal House fan. And
Oh,
flounder
there
was
you
my
go.
favorite character.
What is typically, is it haddock?
Haddock or cod?
Haddock or cod? Is what
Cod
it
typically
I
is
don't
more-
know what a fish fry typically is.
Yeah, cod is typically thicker and more flaky, and then haddock is kind of, or pollock too. You can do that.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm in. Just fry it up and give me some. A little bit of ketchup on the side, fantastic.
Pretty much any kind of fish.
Natalie brought some back, and it's, for most people walking into work are like, fish, but you and I, we've been here since the middle of the night, so we're
Yeah.
ready for lunch.
And it says a lot about a fish fry when it's cold and it's still delicious.
And it was very good, by the way. It was delicious, yep.
Do you have an all-time favorite place?
Fish fry? Man, I don't know, just the pubs. If the fish isn't going over the sides of the plate, just throw it back. You know what I mean? The fish has to be draped over the side of the plate. The plate has to be just clinging on.
Yeah.
But they're great. Yeah, but geez, I don't have a favorite, but to support the pubs, I know all the the mom and pops more so than the big the larger restaurants.
When my dad was alive, the go-to was always Town on Allen and Elmwood. That was right around the corner.
Can't go wrong.
All right. Well, we're going to move along from fish fries, but first we want to remind you that we have our fish fry map up at WGRZ.com right now. You can find a great fish fry
There you
on this.
go.
Or if you've got a favorite that you want to give them a little extra plug, you can add your own, and you can find plenty of options to cover you for the next 6 Fridays leading up to Easter. Again, the map is right there on our homepage at WGRZ.com.
We want to be your sole provider.
You know what? I think we need a break after that one. We'll be right back. All right, welcome back. Believe it or not, we are just 3 weeks away from the Bison's home opener.
Yeah, I'm in. I'm fired up.
Absolutely. So we're thinking baseball. We're talking baseball. Well, we've got a baseball-related unknown story of Western New York as well, one that is currently on the auction block. Walking down into John Boutte's basement is like walking into a time machine and being able to immerse yourself into more than a century of Buffalo sports. Game-used equipment, a rack of saber sticks, ticket stubs, memorabilia, you name it. So when the opportunity popped up to add to it,
I was just intrigued right off the bat because, I mean, this is something that's really historical. And to think that these survived all these years in someone's personal collection, the family of Christopher Smith, it's really amazing.
He's talking about the 1877 collection of Christopher Smith, who went by Christo von Buffalo. It came up for auction this week, and John knew it was a chance to own something truly special. What is believed to be the first collection of baseball game cartoons, 34 of them chronicling the city's first professional baseball team.
Political cartoons have been around since the 1700s, but, you know, sports cartoons, this is, you know, relatively new. And like I said, and the fact that it has something to do with Buffalo is the coolest part.
And while the Buffaloes did not have a successful inaugural season, going 10-23-3 and making just over $400 in profits, it was the start of Buffalo's love affair with baseball.
Yeah, Buffalo was a very, very big baseball town back in the 1800s, especially when they were part of the National League in the 1880s. So it's great for Buffalo, and it brings a little exposure to the Buffalo baseball scene.
Being the collector that he is, John is on the mailing list of many sports auction houses, including Leland Auctions, which is offering this catalog.
The story is that he was hired to be the scorekeeper.
And he just started...
And he started doodling while he was doing the score, because in baseball there's a lot of downtime.
Eventually, those doodles wound up on display for many years in a men's shop on Niagara Street before going back into the family's private collection and now up for auction. And John would like to bring this little nugget of Queen City baseball history back home. So it was like Christmas morning when that catalog showed up, right?
Yeah, I mean, that's the fun of it. You know, when you get these catalogs and you see, the first thing you do is search for Buffalo stuff, because that's what I do. And, you know, when you see something like this, it's really historic. It gets you excited, you know. There's nothing better than bringing something back home again, and that's what I'd like to do, bring at least one of these back home.
Neat.
And once again, the auction is going out right up till the 15th, next Saturday. And each one of those drawings, the sketches, are being auctioned off individually with the starting bid at $300. But John is also the historian for the Greater Buffalo Sports Hall of Fame. So he is an encyclopedia, and he has got, name a Buffalo sports artifact.
Let's see. One of the, an orange seat from the Odd.
Got it.
Yeah.
He's got a piece of the floor from the Odd.
Oh, yeah.
He's got a Tim Hortons stick. He's got, I mean, it is just unbelievable. I had these rare ticket stubs that I showed him that someone sent me from 1948 in the Odd from the old Bison.
Wow.
He goes, "Oh, I've got a box of those." I'm like, of course you do. Of course
That's
you do.
great.
But, you know, it's great to see. I've got a passion for Buffalo history. You've got a passion for Buffalo history. It's great to see a little bit of that history being preserved.
There's, oh boy, David Adams, Car World. They're having like an awesome, like a little sports hall of fame. They're working on there. And,
oh, very cool.
And I think John's helping with that. And of course, these the History Museum, they still have their exhibit up.
Yeah.
Yeah, the History Museum is a Buffalo sports-related exhibit up too, and I think he had his hands in that, so it's great to have John. What a resource he has right in his basement too.
Yeah, his collection is just incredible, and there are a lot of collectors out there, and it's one of those things where keep it going, keep the history preserved, and bring it back to Buffalo. So if you want to check out that auction, I've got a link to the auction within the web story at WGRZ.com.
Telling you I could walk over.
All right, that means it's weather time.
Oh, okay, I'm doing another weather hit.
Yeah, want to do weather?
Okay, well, sure, but my graphics are set up at the end already. So I got, all right. Hey, it's a little surprise. Well, I
Wait a second, you're going to do things backwards?
I could do it in reverse and ending up, here's our currents. Yeah, I didn't know I was doing it. Okay, a weather hit at the end, so let me back up here, and then we'll start over here. It's like an instant replay. And how long would you like me to go? Does it matter? A minute? Okay, cool. 37 today. Temps will fluctuate, and your tumps will fluctuate. Partly cloudy today. Gusts up to 40 miles per hour, so again, a really chilly feel to the air today. Buffalo and Burbs, no snow tonight. However, if you're south of Hamburg, an inch or two, go back here. About an inch or two of snow is projected for parts of the southern tier. Well, West Chautauqua County, Cattaraugus County tonight as well. Tomorrow, a little bit below average in the temperature department, partly cloudy with a high of 33 degrees. I'm a proponent. I'm a lonely guy who I think it's great that we shift daylight back and forth. We do spring forward, and so the sunrises and sunsets are going to move later. High of 41 on Sunday with mostly cloudy skies, around 50 for our Monday with partly cloudy skies, and up to 60 on Tuesday. But it'll be on the breezy side, but we'll take it. The temperatures do kind of tumble backwards. It's March. March is going to do what March does, with a high around 50 on Wednesday and around 58 on a Thursday. And it looks like we're above average in the temperature department. I walk over to Pete again? I tossed to Pete. Okay, let's go. Pete, I was going to toss to you. Whoosh, over to you, my friend.
That was so smooth.
Have a great weekend.
I think next time we should kind of plan this stuff out beforehand, right? All right, happening today, we've got Ice Cycle to End Cancer kicks off today, or the Ice Cycle to End Cancer kicks off today at Buffalo Riverworks. It features 9 cycling classes led by local fitness studios. More than 1,400 people are expected to ride this weekend, with all the proceeds going to Roswell Park. That event has raised more than $600,000 in the last 5 years. For more information on how to donate or to register, go to icecyclebuffalo.org. And the Amherst Gaelic League is holding its annual Irish American Appreciation Party with live music, dancers, plenty of food and drink, of course. And the event supports the Gaelic League, which will directly benefit a number of other local organizations. They'll also be honoring this year's Irishman of the Year. That is former District Attorney John Flynn. It all kicks off at 5 o'clock tonight at that famous Irish pub, Stolot, in Clarence.
That's all right.
Eastern Hills Mall.
Irish and Polish get along very well.
We do. And we are celebrating a possible new friend at the Buffalo Zoo. Check this out. The Buffalo Zoo posted this paw print on their social media saying, quote, "We've got some exciting news to share." Any guesses? What do you think?
A little polar bear.
Polar bear? Is that exciting news when you've already got polar bears?
Sure, because you're going to get another polar bear. What's better than a couple polar bears?
Three polar bears.
Sure.
I'm thinking there's such thing as a polar wolf.
Okay.
That I've seen in other Arctic collections or Arctic habitats in other zoos. So maybe the Arctic wolf / polar wolf.
We'll find out when?
Wolf. Find out. Yeah. I'm not sure. Ray, do you know when they're going to announce that? Later today? 10 a.m. So we will find that out and we will post it on the website, which is WGRZ.com.
And I'll see you on midday.
All right. Very good. Have a great weekend, everyone. That's it for Daybreak Plus on WGRZ Plus.